Question 7 is referring to this graph right here, and let's see what it's actually asking. According to the scatter plot, which of the following statements is true about the relationships between a planetoid's average distance from the sun and its density? So here we have the distance from the sun, here we have the density, and we can see by the regression and sort of by, just the general pattern that the farther away from the sun, the lower the density. So let's see which of the answer choices actually corresponds with this. A. Planetoids that are more distant from the sun tend to have lesser densities. Okay, that definitely seems to match what we just observed, but let's just look at the other options to be sure. Planetoids that are more distant from the sun tend to have greater densities. Okay, that's not true because that means the line would be going this way. The greater from the sun, the larger the density, but that's just not what we see. C. The density of a planetoid that is twice as far from the sun as another is half the density of that other planetoid. Okay, so basically, if something's twice the distance, it should have half the density as something. And that's not what we see here. Because, for example, if we just take this one that's at let's just call it at, I don't know, let's look at this one. There we go. One at 0.4 distance, so that's about 5.5. Here we have with the regression that's supposed to be at 0.8, so it's twice the distance, but it's definitely not half the density. So this isn't like a one-to-one relationship, so this just numerically doesn't work out, and you can take a look at some other examples of your choosing. Again, like at 1.2, the regression line says it should be, let's just even say, I don't know, 4.7 or something, but at 2.4, double the distance, it's at 3.5, so that's definitely not half the density. D, the distance from a planetoid to the sun is unrelated to its density. That's probably not a very good conclusion based on this graph. I mean, they're definitely just, looking from the points, there definitely seems to be a pattern, and the regression line matches the points pretty nicely, so there definitely does seem to be some relationship there, so D is out. So that leaves us with A.